Hi guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Now this is What If Deku. Yeah, this is sorry guys. This is What If Deku is a dragonkin part 12, I think. I'm not totally sure. My bad. It's part 13. Now before we begin our story, I'm gonna run up some brief information. I'm going to add one of my subscribers. Oh, sorry, one of my subscribers add two abilities because I had planned to give him something, after the whole eating your old self and weakening into his dragon state. I was thinking there would be some change in his fire, so this is how I'm gonna do it. He's gonna have he has the ability to create black fire, but it's only fueled by magic. So it feeds off his magic, so he just can't. There's some sort of drawback. So he has a fuel source for it, and because of him, learning past knowledge of magic from his old self, he he took a keen to lightning magic, so he's able to use magic just for lightning. That's the only other element I'm gonna give him. But the lightning, it's black. That's just the color it just takes. So those are the two added abilities or tweaked a little bit into the story. As some time has passed since they've been on the island, so it's drawing near to their till. Oh, sorry, it's drawing near to the end to their stay there. As we cut to Izuku, as they're sitting on the couch watching, alien movies because Mina and aliens. That just goes well with her character. As she's snuggled up to cuddled up to Izuku, laying on her head on his chest, as Izuku is thinking in his brain. Well, as they're watching TV, but Izuku trailed off a while back ago, as he's better understanding the method of taking away magic and giving it. As Izuku's like, as he's irritated because he doesn't know how much the shields know, as he's like, as he's like, how do they know about magic and how much do they really know? As he's trying to figure out how much he knows and how much they know, and he's still not letting that go. As Mina looks up, she's like, Izu, what's wrong? And she's like, Izu, what's wrong? As Izuku's like, what? That, as Mina's like, I've seen that face before. You're frustrated with something. As Izuku's like, yes, the shields, they know a lot of sensitive information about me. It's troubling, none the least. She's like, speaking of the shields, they were rambling on about magic and magic this and magic that. I know Mr. Shield's smart, but I think he's like kind of losing it a little bit. Yeah, Izuku's like, yeah, magic. Yeah, that doesn't exist at all. As Mina doesn't know about, Deku using magic, or he has been using magic the way he's been using it, so it's not so easy noticeable. Because he's only using it to boost his physical stats, so it's not like he's shooting like lightning or ice around. or using gravity magic or anything like that, so it's not so noticeable. And she doesn't know the whole, I'm a, magical creature popped in a out of a portal one day and was came out of the egg, so she doesn't know that either. They're pretty protective of that secret. That family is. As Izuku's phone goes off, as Mina knows that ring, it's an alarm. As Mina's like, another your scheduled flight. As he's like, yeah, it's time me to fly around a little bit, stretch these wings out. My nat, you know, he does his time. He schedules his flight time when he just flies around just for the heck of it. As Mina's like, can I come this time? As Izuku's like, remember last time we tried to attempt that? She's like, hey, it's not my fault you steer right into the billboard. As Izuku's like, memory, what I recall of that incident, you drove me straight into that billboard. As, they're having a little argument about that. Short cutscene, like, when they were flying, Mina was so excited that, she kind of accidentally dragged Izuku into almost a billboard hitting it. So, now just because of overexcitement, not Toga, Mina had, just for flying around. So that was like how it went in their incident. As Mina's like, but seriously, Izu, as she walks towards Izuku and as she hugs him, as she's like, you could tell me things. What's on your mind? As Izuku's, I know. It just irritates me sometimes. I have to get going. I need to get this. I need to get going. And she's like, how long are you gonna be gone this time? And she's like, just an hour or two, not too long. As Mina gets a phone call, as it's her mother, as she's like, all right. As she goes over there and kisses Izuku, as it rings again, as she knows it's her mother, and she's like, damn it, I have to take this. Izuku's my mom. As Izuku's like, if you knew that, why did you wait? Because it was getting good, Izu. And it's like, I'll see you back when you get back. As Mina gives him, devilish grin. As Izuku's like, yeah, I don't like that, but I'm gonna go this way. So yeah, he's like, all I could say is Mina's aggressive, towards Izuku when they're alone. So nothing major happens, but she's quite aggressive. So I think that personally, that's how I think how her she's been portrayed as, that in many things I've seen. So I'm gonna just add that into there, just for why not. So as Izuku walks out of the balcony, that's on the hotel, as he his wings appear without the lava part because he doesn't want to burn down the hotel. So he allows that effect just because it looks cool because something he would do just to intimidate people. Just the fact that he spread out lava when his wings disappear would intimidate someone. Like, does he have some sort of lava ability? They would be wary. So it's Ezekiel likes doing that just for kicks and giggles. As Ezekiel flies up, as he stays in the air, as he's like, all right, let's see if this works. As he closes his eyes and scan magic sources, it's like he's testing the waters out. As he's like, He sees one as he concentrates on that one as he destroys it. As he kind of breathes heavy a little bit. As he's like, damn. And he's like, good thing I decided not to do them all at once. As it took a lot out of him just to neutralize the magic from someone. So he knows the way to do it, but yeah, his body's not, he's not ready to do it all at once. So he can't up and, like, I'm sorry, disable all magic from humans just from flick of his finger. He has to, focus on each one. So he can't focus all at once, or he's not sure what will happen to his body if he could even survive that. Because using magic, there's always a drawback. So that's the drawback from, giving away magic and trying to take it away. That's a drawback of that type of thing that type of action he's taking was magic. Was magic. So there's that. He gets back into posture as he's like, all right. As he's like, I think I could survive another one. As he's like, let's do it again. As he goes back into the state, as he pinpoints someone with magic abilities, was using his magic. But as he tries to, destroy it or, disconnect their ability with magic, he can't. It's as he's like, that's interesting. As he can't, get rid of it. As he's like, well, that's not good. Now, note this scene. I don't condone this sort of action at all. So this scene's going to be a little bit more darker than my normal stuff. So that's a heads up. So if you don't like certain scenes like family abuse, then I gave you a warning. Just for story's sake, I'm doing this. So let's get into this. As you see, as soon as Izuku try to break connection to that certain viewpoint, as he gets flashes of memories. As you see a man dragging a little girl by the hair, slamming her into the middle of the living room, yelling at his wife. As the wife's like, dear, what's wrong? Look what I have found in our daughter's room. As he throws it on the ground, as it's a small stuffed animal like toy plushie of a hero, as it's Nana. As the dad looks at his daughter, I will make myself clear, perfectly clear, girl. There is no hero worship in this house at all. Any hero merchandise I find in this house will result in severe punishment, especially any hero items like that from that woman. As he picks it up, as he throws it in the fireplace. From here on, there is no talk about heroes and villains in this household. Do I make myself clear? As he looks at his wife, get that thing out of my sight. Yes, dear. As the little, flashback ends, as Izuku's like, what the as that disturbed him. He felt the fear that child was giving out. as he doesn't know what that is. As, as he looks around for any other ones, as he noticed there's one on the island itself. As he's like, "Huh, I could do it here, but I want to see. I'm curious." As he flies over to the, where the person is, basically using magic, he can home in their location at all times. If he wants to make a personal visit to kill them, if it needs to be, he'll do it. As Izuku flies over there, as he sees Melissa's shield on the, like, I forget what it's called, training field, but she's using the training field as target targeting the yeah, I can't speak right now apparently. The targeting range. There you go. Using different type of spells as she's training herself to use it more fluently and see if there's a way to increase the output. And she's just training to see what she could do with it. As you can see, she has something set out on one of the areas. As she walks over there, as she channels something, as this was basically a what do they call them? Those machines that shoot out the that shoots out the balls from dugouts. I forget what they're called. I don't quite remember what they're called, but whatever. I'm not gonna get into that because I'll have to go and research. I just totally forgot what they're called right now. So the machines that shoots out the ball is basically what it is. As she reflexes it with defense magic, she got she found a way into that by accident one training area. Oh, one time during training. So she's getting quite the hang of it. As Izuku's like, hate to admit it that the blondie is pretty good. And anyways, I need to figure out how much she knows. I can't simply kill off the shields. Their mother would kill me. And I can't and I can't sorry, I cannot I forget how you pronounce it. It's being a pain in the butt right now. Give me a second here. I will not disrespect the Tsuma name, household name. As that's why he doesn't go straight up on a murder spree because it would look bad on his family, and he's all about that family honor thing. So that's the one thing he won't compromise. As long as you're not a threat that you have to be taken out. Outside of that, he normally won't. He normally wouldn't kill anyone. As Izuku flies down, as he gets right behind Melissa, as she's like, quite impressive, even though you're doing it wrong. As she's like, what? As he wasn't too close to her, but that caught her attention as she turned around as the tennis ball hits her right in the side of the cheek as she falls down. As she scratches her, chin, around her cheek chin or whatever, around that area. As Izuku kind of smiles a little bit. And she's like, that's not funny. As Izuku's like, yeah, it is. And she's like, what do you want, Tsuma? And I want to know sorry, I also want to know what you mean I'm doing it wrong. As Izuku's like, all right, which one? As Izuku gets up, well, not really gets up, as he's still standing, because he didn't really move anywhere. As he points his hand out, as he has black flames pointing at her, as Melissa's kind of, she's worried because she doesn't know what the hell's going on. As he's like, I want to know straight up how much you know about me. If I don't like the answers, you're dead. As she panics, as she finally tells him, as Izuku disappears to the fire. As he's like, oh, you know more, you know a lot more than I thought you were going to tell me. As Izuku walks up to her, as he hands his hand out to her, as he helps her up, and she's like, my apologies, Miss Shield. I like to get direct answers, and that's the best way to do it. She's like, that's not funny. You scared the shit out of me. As Izuku, my apologies for your main question. And the fact that you know about the magic, I don't know how you got your hand on that little egg nut. But I felt, someone using, well, I felt one of the people that was, sorry, I located someone that was able to use magic on the island, and it happened to be you. And you're quite, you learned quite a lot pretty fast. How long, when was your first, when was it, sorry, when did it first manifest? As Melissa told her, he's like, Melissa told him how she awakened in it. And she's like, but why me? Because you have something to do with this. This is in this outbreak in magic. I know somehow you're connected to magic itself. As Izuku, fine, guess I'll tell you, because as you know so much already. Apparently the magic, came from me. As Izuku's like, I don't know what my, much about my origins before what I've just recently learned. Don't know why I was sent here. And she's like, but wait, you have, doesn't make sense because you have human DNA still. I'll get to that. As he explains the whole what he remembers of the incident where his mom found him. And he gave her a deep rundown what happened on how he remembers it and how he sees it. Sorry, guys. As Melissa's like, does your little girlfriend know? As Ezekiel's like, no, not yet, but it's coming at a time where I gotta, tell her. I don't know how that's gonna go over. I'm not gonna lie to you, Melissa, Miss Shield. As she's like, no, Melissa's fine. As he's like, I originally was coming here to disable the sure use of magic. As she's like, so you're gonna take my magic away? As Izuku's like, no, no, I'm not. I kind of changed my mind. Oh no, we have brief encounters, but I'm okay talking to you about certain things. I just get a calm feeling around you. Don't know why. It's troubling. But that said, can't get too close because my girlfriend would kill you and me. As Izuku's like gets up, it's like I probably get going. My Mina's probably get mad if I'm not home now. It's getting around that time. And she's like, but wait, you didn't tell me what I did wrong. You mentioned something about that. Yes, you're not channeling your. your magic properly. It's like, I really don't have time for this. So he puts two fingers on her forehead as he, mentally, showed her how to do it because he's in a rush to get home. No, short pause. The ship is only with Mina, so there's no extra ships. It's just they're gonna have a really friend. They're gonna be friends in this story, so magic, and all that. As he takes his fingers off her forehead, it's just the reason why your attack spells don't have power behind it is because you're channeling it wrong. Practice those methods that I downloaded into your brain, I guess. And you should have a major power increase into your spells. It's all about the channeling. As Melissa, before you go, I apologize for my father's behavior. I'll make sure that doesn't happen again. As he goes, oh, it's fine. Outside, Mina being captured, but it was all right. It was quite interesting. A metal dragon. Never saw that coming. And she's like, yeah, I did not see that coming too. I think I need to head back, but I definitely need to keep a closer eye on my dad. As she goes off, after they say goodbye, as Izuku flies off, as Mina, sees Izuku flying through the balcony, as she rushes over there and grabs him. As she's like, "We're," as she's like, "You're like, you said 2 hours is almost like past, like it was like almost a full hour." As Izuku's like, I came across Melissa's shield, so I asked her some couple questions. As Mina gives him, a jealous look. As, don't worry, Mina, nothing happened. We were just talking. That's all. I just want to know how much information. So they were just curious about my quirk. And considering I came from a hero family, as Mina, pushed him close to her, as she's like, it better be. As she kisses him. As that was a slip on my part. I didn't mean I know because I try to stay away from that word as much as possible because my older videos. Word I would like to repeat for some reason. So you know, scratch that. As Mina, looks at Izuku as they're like on the couch by now. As she's like, she didn't get too friendly with you, did she? As Izuku's like, no. We talked and we were just running down information. We weren't too close to each other. And she's like, it better stay that way. As Izuku's like, don't worry. Seriously, Mina. You're the only one that, I have eyes for, so you don't have to worry about that. I know as we were young, or as, when we were still in school, when they first met, I know I was a little overprotective over you. That's a little bit. And that ended up turning into something more, and I just didn't want to believe it, so I'm an idiot. As Mina just snuggles up to him, as she's like, it's fine, Izu. Doesn't matter. It's not that I don't trust you. I just don't trust those girls. Other girls, as, she's, a little bit of possessive type, a little bit. As some time passed to the end of their visit, as they're as they head to the airport, got off as they're back in their area, as Izuku, escort Mina back to her house. As Mina, looks at Izuku, grabs him close, as she kisses him, as she's like, I'm gonna miss sleeping in the same bed with you. And she's like, well, something, something to look forward to in the future. As she, waves Midori off. as she texts him. As you know, they text majority of the night. Ezekiel walks through his store as Inko and Ryoko greet him. As she's like, "We missed you." As like, "Did you have a fun trip?" As you know, who was it? Totally forgot her name. Inko's like, "So did it have anything good happen?" As Ezekiel's like, "Yeah, something good happened." As that's just pointing to Mina. But I also met Shield. He's the odd one. That one. As Ryoko gets close, he didn't try anything, did you? No, mom, nothing. If you did, I'll wring that man's neck. As you know, they eat dinner as they go to sleep. As during this time, Mina and Izuku train together, study together. Goes on a few off day dates. Spend each other's company. This is where we're going to leave it off. We're going to do the entrance exam and see how far I get into that. I might do the hero versus villains with that, but I'm not totally sure. It all depends how long it takes me to get to the point of that story into the what if. So I hope you guys have a good night and day, judging my time zones. Catch you guys later. All right, bye.